With us now is Lori Miller from Lori Girl Creations. She's got an interesting story. It's kind of a twist on Orange is the New Black meets an interior designer. Let's find out more. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Donna. It's great to be here. I'm very excited.
I want to understand. So you started out as a person that had some health challenges. So let's
Correct.
start there at the beginning because it's really profound on how it affected your life.
Right. So I was really sick as a child. I spent a lot of my time, or most of maybe my first 6 years, in the hospital, in and out. And at the time, it wasn't like, oh, you go in and out for a day. You're in and out 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes a month. And while I was there, I would lay there and I'd be like, oh my God, this is not for a kid. You know, you don't have playrooms and fun things to do, and I would sit and dream about different colors and how I could make my space, you know, and just living in a place that would be more designed for a child. Now they have the Ronald McDonald House, which is really great. I just wish I had been on the forefront of that. And then when I started working, I wanted to work with people and kind of help them, and I ended up at Rikers Island fortuitously. And
What do you do at Rikers Island?
I was running the psych units,
Okay.
and then I was doing the intakes as people came in. As I started my business, I started taking less and less, and I was there part-time, and the interior design went full forward.
Such an interesting combination. So the things that you learned when you were at Island about listening and helping people and doing that type of thing, now you've embedded that into your interior design company.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And I know that you work with a lot of different charities as well. Tell us about your connection with Hope Lodge and some of the other things that you like to do.
Well, I started, it used to be the blind wine tasting, and I was on the decorating committee, and I had a lot of fun. It was great, you know, setting up things and doing the fundraisers, and I always feel like there's a give back, and that's so important. And then I found the American Heart Association, which was also another charity very close to my heart. My grandfather had passed away from heart problems. My dad had a triple bypass, so I felt they were of value, and I've donated my time and helped with the gift baskets and fundraising, getting to know the community. So I love doing that. And then recently, one of the design firms is doing a fundraiser for Hope Lodge, which is with the American Cancer Society, and I'm also a cancer survivor. So I get to design a tabletop. And I've picked my theme.
And what are you going to be doing? Can you announce it? Or?
Yeah, I think I
good.
can.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm going with the spring theme.
Okay.
And when I was in the hospital with a very dear friend, her parents owned a florist. And they had sent in the most beautiful helium balloon, which, I mean, to a 6-year-old, it took up the whole room, and it was all flowers on the bottom part of the bouquet. So I think she's since passed away, and I think as a tribute, we're going to do the helium balloon theme with the flowers in spring, and I think it should be great.
Yeah, I think it sounds really wonderful.
And it's another give back to cancer and families, so I like to do that.
So you're a cancer survivor, you worked at Rikers, you have this interior design business, it's called Lori Girl Creations, right? And what do you suggest to people when they want to maybe try something like you have, like a change of career, or what advice would you give them?
You know, a lot of people said just go for it and just dive in first. For me, that solidarity and the stability of having a real paycheck was so important, especially, you know, I was an adult, I didn't have anyone to carry me, and doing it part-time, really, I would suggest to somebody because it gave me an opportunity to make sure I loved it, to make sure that I wanted to stick with it. And I did a lot of things. You know, I did sales, I worked at Macy's, I worked at the Gap, I did catering, I served, I was a waitress. So to have those different opportunities, I knew that I can do this on my own, but I also had that backbone to be able to, instead of just jump right in,
segue into something else.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And we look forward to celebrating all the wonderful designs that you're going to be bringing, especially to those that are challenged with cancer. So thanks for being here. We've been visiting with Lori Miller from Lori Girl Creations. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up.